What is up, guys? Welcome to another Diablo 4 video. The preseason 1 patch we've been waiting for is finally here. Let's talk about some of those changes live in game now. First section I want to talk about is the meat on the bones, the gameplay adjustments that you will see in your gameplay loop. Nightmare dungeons have finally gotten the buff and changes we have been patiently waiting for. There is now a significant increase in the amount of XP you gain from completing nightmare dungeons. There is no direct percentage they added to the patch notes, but this is huge, especially for completing nightmare dungeons. This is going to be so massive for those that are looking for a different gameplay loop than refarming the same regular dungeons over and over. Before, other than farming higher ancestral loot drops, there wasn't any real reason or real benefit to running nightmare dungeons for XP purposes. It was much more beneficial to run a regular dungeon and refarm it with higher elite spawns. It would actually benefit you more to be running those regular dungeons in terms of min-maxing your character and maximizing your time in trying to reach level 100 the fastest possible. On top of that, there's also a significant XP increase when killing mobs and elites inside nightmare dungeons. This is huge. I mean, this just doubles down on the fact that you're getting more XP from completing nightmare dungeons. You're also getting more XP now from just killing the enemies and the mobs in there, which is huge, because before it was the benefit of getting the ancestral drops, but now farming all those mobs in there gets you more XP. So completing it and farming it is going to be so much more beneficial to you in the long run in terms of trying to level up your character the fastest. This is huge for those trying to save time and find the best and most efficient method to level up their characters. The last major change to nightmare dungeons, this is probably my favorite one. Obviously, XP is huge, but in terms of time saving, you can now fast travel to nightmare dungeons from the map after consuming the sigil. This is huge. A major time saver from those jumping from dungeon to dungeon and just on a grind session of trying to pound out as many dungeons as possible. This is awesome for you. I can't wait to try this in game. This is probably like my favorite feature that they've added. I know the XP add was huge. We needed big XP gains in terms of the nightmare to regular dungeon changes, but I think the fact that you can now just teleport to it is so nice, because running through those areas with your mounts when random archer walls would pop up and you can't run with your mount and you gotta hop off, nightmare. Okay, so now being able to sit in a town and jump to a nightmare dungeon, huge. Love that change. Helltide saw a buff as well. Substantial increases to Helltide chests when opening them. The bonus XP you get from them substantially increased. Once again, no direct percentage was mentioned, but this is awesome for those that love farming Helltide. For some of that better loot, you're gonna have better XP gains when opening the chests. The roaming bosses in Helltides also got a buff. They're gonna be getting some more consistent higher tier loot drops. So before they were dropping, okay, solid gear, but now they're going to be dropping some of that higher roll ancestral gear that you might be looking to farm when you're in the Helltide events, which is mainly the main reason of it. But now the added benefit of getting that bonus XP when opening chests and getting some better drops of higher tier loot makes Helltides even more worth it than they originally were. And I already thought they were some of the best options for farming some higher tier loot, so excited to see the Helltide changes and can't wait to hop in there and try some more Helltides. This is a nice change from the bosses. The weekly bonus cache no longer have a level requirement with them. Before, I believe for World Tier 4 was level 80. You no longer have that. You can actually open those at any level now, so this is awesome to see. Just gives you more XP, more loot, and more materials. So this is awesome. A good change, honestly. At the end of the patch notes, they mentioned that coming early in Season 1, they're going to be adding more monsters and elite density into the dungeons and just the overworld in general for endgame content. So this will be nice. This will add some more just liveliness to the dungeons and world around you, and some more options and chances to get some more XP when just running around. Now let's talk about character balance changes. This needed addressing for a couple reasons, but the main one, in my opinion, was the fact that I felt like a lot of characters kind of directed and narrowed down a specific path in order of making a meta build. This is going to give characters and players much more options in making more viable builds that aren't necessarily just down one path. For sorcerers, not everybody has to have ice shards. You can have a little more viability in different builds. I think this is welcome, but I think there can still be more changes on top of this. Obviously, we're going to test it out over these next few days. We'll see how it feels. I'm going to go over some of these changes now. We can talk about them in the comments down low. But I think some of these changes are going to be beneficial for a lot of people that are trying to diversify their playstyle. Every single character got a major buff in different styles of gameplay. The Druid got some good buffs in terms of its overall base damage with the different abilities, but also I saw a big increase in terms of its resource generation with a lot of abilities. So they doubled down on both of those things, making Druid a lot more viable, and I think a lot more people should give Druid a chance. I'm going to be making that my second character, my alt character. I'm so excited to try Druid out. I think it's one of the coolest looking characters, so looking forward to that. Sorcerer got some nice changes to the fire abilities. I know Sorcerer Fire was kind of the least used, I think, out of the 3 options. So you have like the electric sorcerers, you have the ice sorcerers, and you have the fire sorcerers. Now it's giving a little bit more options to fire sorcerers, because before it kind of felt like they fell off a little bit in terms of damage compared to the other ones in the meta builds. But this is nice to see. A little bit of changes to the Necromancer, Rogue, and Barbarian are also done. I didn't see any nerfs to Barbarian, so anybody who was worried about the Whirlwind nerf or anything like that coming, I didn't see that, so don't worry about that right now. Other than that, if you want to see the direct details of all of the changes, I'll be linking it down below. Because they had a bunch of them. I didn't really want to waste your time here and going through every single one of the changes. There were a bunch of different bug fixes as well. So if you want to read those again, it'll be linked down below. So honestly, guys, I think this is an awesome change. A lot of 2 thumbs up and positive changes on this update. So excited to see how it turns out. Can't wait to hop into it after this video. I'll let you know my thoughts. I'll be streaming live tomorrow. So we'll play a lot tomorrow and tonight and get a good feel for it. If you guys did enjoy the video and felt like it was helpful and want the video to reach a broader audience, if you guys consider dropping a like, I'll appreciate that so much. It does help the video do well and does in terms of getting out and reaching more people. I really just want to get the best options and best news out there for people quickly and efficiently. So honestly, I'm doing my best here. So a like always goes a long way. I appreciate you guys again just taking time out of your day to even watch the video. That goes a long way on its own. So I appreciate you for that as well. Other than that, guys, you can catch me live here on YouTube or on Kick, whichever option you choose. I'll be live Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and the weekend. But once again, guys, thank you for taking time out of your day to watch the video. That's all. Have a great day, guys. Peace.